Dark times call for heroes. Our cities are battlegrounds. Our suburbs are no longer safe. Will you answer the call? S5E is a superheroic role-playing game designed for 5th edition. It brings you and your team of heroes to the front line of the fight. Whether you're tracking down a villainous thief, fighting against a sinister high-tech corporation, or destined to fight against the world-ending threat of an alien invasion, S5E is your way to tell that story.
Back us now on Kickstarter. That's right, except really that should be in 15 minutes, because in 15 minutes, the S5E Kickstarter begins. Welcome, one and all, to the, I guess, pre-launch stream. How's everybody doing?
Excellent.
Yay!
Fantastic.
We got a full house here. I'm really excited that we all got to be here and hanging out. We got myself, Harlan Guthrie, host of Sigil Spotlight, as well as, you know, a few little dabbles here and there within the Sigil community. I also do some wonderful stuff with Jeff Hayes over here, some wonderful stuff with my partner Joe over here, some wonderful stuff with Gary and Eugene. I think it's just a little bit of everything. And speaking of who I'm here with, Joe, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi there. My name is Joe Fallick. I am the host and DM of Dice Shame podcast, primarily. I also co-host the Invictus stream, as Harlan said, with himself and a number of other notables, including Soundbooth Theater's own Justin Thomas James, who is unfortunately not on the call with us today.
No, but we'll bug him after.
So I am coming at this project from the D&D 5th edition world, very familiar with the product and really excited about the Supers 5E campaign, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later.
Yeah, and then we also have Mr. Jeff Hayes. Jeff!
Howdy.
How you doing?
I'm doing really well. How about you, Harlan?
I'm doing great. It is a great day. Gary says howdy as well. Hi, Gary.
That is Gary Dose.
Sorry.
Simon.
I just
Gary
thought
Uno's
one.
here.
Yeah.
Our Gary on
Dose
stream's giant mug.
Yeah.
Jeff, what brings you here? How are you
Well,
connected to this?
I'm
project?
here because you guys, especially Aaron, was very interested in having Soundbooth Theater supply an extra stretch goal for you guys. Kevin Andrew Murphy, who is an author we have already worked with, who we have already made an audiobook for, wrote something for Pinnacle Entertainment Group. And we're close friends with the Pinnacle Entertainment Group, who's close friends with Sigil, of course. So we figure, hey, why not? We've already worked with these people. We love what they do. And you guys have fantastic art. You guys have such a fun attitude. So why not? Let's do this thing. Let's make some audio for you.
And then jumping off that audio train, but also stepping back to the 5th edition, Gary, Mr. Gary Furlong is with us as well, too. Gary, how do you fit into this puzzle of magic?
I am going to be one of the players. And so I shall be helping test this fun new game. I have some familiarity with 5e. I came from 3.5 and have been recently playing 5e. I'm also a voice actor, so of course I play D&D because I get to do as many kind of weird characters as I wish.
It's the best way to
I'll be
practice.
playing along. Yeah, it's good practice.
The Soundbooth Theater tree is appropriate. Jeff, you're just above Gary because they are both sort of working in that same, and Jeff's above you. And then we finally have Eugene, the mastermind behind all of this in more ways than one. Eugene, why is that?
Well, I'm the mind responsible for the rules of the game, Supers, that we're playing, S5E. I wrote the thing, so I guess I'm responsible for bringing it into the world.
Yeah, and we're so excited to talk about what that exactly looks like in a few really cool ways. But first and foremost, for those of you who maybe aren't really aware what Sigil Entertainment actually is, who's putting this thing together and what they are, Joe, tell us a little bit about Sigil as a whole.
I would love to. So Sigil Entertainment, they're founded in 2005 by our friend Aaron Acevedo. Sigil is a production and design and illustration studio that specializes in game publications. So they've worked with a ton of really excellent publishers, including Pinnacle Entertainment, Ulysses Spiele, and Onyx Path. Their resume boasts some of the top names in tabletop gaming, including Savage World, Deadlands, Rifts, Torg, World of Darkness, Unknown Armies, and now we're extremely excited to present their newest endeavor, Supers 5E.
This is where I'd have my clapping going.
You can just imagine it.
working.
in our
Just
heads.
imagine this like roaring crowd for everything that we say, and that's really how much I hype myself up. So yeah, that's Sigil Entertainment and S5E, the brainchild of Eugene, under the Sigil banner, comes out in now just 8 minutes. We'll be launching the Kickstarter live. What exactly is it? Eugene, let us pick your brain a little bit. The overarching idea, okay, S5E, superheroic role-playing for 5th edition. We get that. But I think the number one question on everyone's mind and my mind is like, what does that actually mean? What are the classes? What do I get to play as a superhero within this sort of 5th edition module? Or
Fair.
core, I should say.
So you can play, the goal here in the design was to make the experience as streamlined and easy as possible as somebody coming from 5th edition into this completely compatible rule set. But there are new classes and a few new rules for how powers work. And honestly, they are going to be very familiar to anybody who knows their superheroes, because we've broken down kind of all of the major kind of concepts in that you encounter in superhero movies and comics and TV shows into 9 classes. And then each of those classes, of course, just like any D&D style game, has subclasses. So I can go through those if you're interested. We've got, just very quickly, we've got an elementalist. This is somebody whose primary focus of powers controls 1 or more elements. They're slinging fire, they're turning into ice, whatever. We've got a kinetic hero. That's someone who channels their power through their body. They're either incredibly strong or fast, or they can teleport, or they can, they're incredibly tough, right? Another one is a martial artist who can perform feats of great, martial prowess, Shang-Chi style. We've got a mentalist. This is somebody who can read thoughts, project deception into someone's mind, or move objects with their mind, telekinesis, telepathy, that sort of thing. The metamorph transforms their own body, either by taking the appearance of somebody else, or maybe by transforming their body into some new kind of matter, say sand or iron or something like this. They also might be stretchy, or be able to grow and shrink in size. Right? You've got this is all the classics, right? Get the occultist. That's your Doctor Strange, Dr. Fate sorts of characters. You've got a special agent who does not have superpowers, but instead has a series of skills and traits that let them contribute to the field, just like you might have Black Widow or an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., say, for example. We've got a tech hero. They might have power armor or gadgets that are high tech, or maybe that are even implanted in their body. And the vitalist is the last of the classes, and they are someone who has some sort of connection with nature, either animal, plants, the biosphere as a whole. They can maybe transform themselves into these things or command them. And then each of those have subclasses. And then the great thing about it is there's a special power list for each class that is also quite diverse, just like if you were playing D&D and you had a sorcerer's or wizard's spell list. So when you choose your powers from those lists, you're really customizing. But it's customization in a way that anybody who's ever played a spellcaster in D&D knows intimately, right?
Yeah.
Then there's also a general power list that any of the powered heroes can choose from. And that's where you'll get your kind of very common powers that might show up in many classes, like you're a little stronger than usual, you're a little tougher than usual. Maybe you can fly. Maybe you can, see in the dark. Maybe you can, you have super senses, that sort of thing. So you choose the class, subclass powers, and you've got virtually any hero. And it's all fifth edition,
it feels really... It feels super. As we were rolling up characters the other night, Gary, you're playing a martial artist, right?
A kinetic.
Or kinetic, that's right.
Yeah.
So why did you choose kinetic?
It just, with the way I designed the character and his whole MO and the way he does things, kinetic was just like the perfect, like channeling it all through your body, like using that power that way. More so than a martial artist, because I don't think my character uses weapons. So he's mainly like, I gotta rely on myself, gotta do it. And I'm just like, the kinetic, when I read it, was like, that's him. Like, that is him. That's great.
Who is your character, by the way? I want to hear just a little bit about him.
My character is called Connor. All right, how deep to go into it? He is Irish, like me.
Wait, hold on. You're Irish? That's what that is?
I'm not from Minnesota. Which is where everyone seems to think I'm from. I'm Irish, and Connor's going to be Irish. He is seeking justice for something done to him a long time ago.
Nice.
Vengeance.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's vague and sort of like little, just you dribble a little bit out there. Well, Gary is one of the players in our Monday game, as well as Joe, who's going to be playing. Your character is an elementalist, I think, right?
She is. Yes, I will be playing Dr. Mona Marks, aka Bloom, an elementalist, and she's really great at swimming. And I'm gonna leave it there. That's kind of what she has going on.
That's going to be starting Monday. You're going to see how these rules get to come to fruition, how they sort of work, and we're going to dive into the classes and stuff like that. And it's also just going to be a fun hangout starting next Monday, where you get to hang out with some of these awesome people. But actually, speaking on what Gary said about people thinking he's from Minnesota, I do want to highlight that the team working on this project is varied all over the place. We're talking about New York, Nevada, a lot of states, South Carolina, North Carolina, but then we also have Turkey and Georgia, Illinois, Oregon, the Philippines, and Mexico, and as well as the actual cover art, which I'm sure that you guys have all seen.
Beautiful.
Done
Gorgeous.
by Sanford Green, which is actually, he's an Eisner Award winner. It's phenomenal, the actual work that's gone into this. And that is throughout the book, not just the cover, but all of the artwork that you'll see in the trailer when the Kickstarter launches in 2 minutes is phenomenal. But I do want to mention really quick that it's not just the immediate book and the supplements that we're excited about, but also going back to the stretch goals. Jeff, you mentioned a little bit previous about what that means, but what is the sound booth theater experience for some of the materials that people might be excited to hear? Because I want to hear exactly why that's so exciting to the person who might not know what sound booth is.
Right. So Sound Booth Theater, we produce audiobooks. We have 9, it used to be 8. Now we have 9 regular voice actors on our work. The 9th one being Harlan Guthrie.
Oh, well,
yeah. We're all very also diversely skilled in what we do. We all have a lot of range as far as our character voices and our powers combined. We're able to we're able to pretty much show any type of character in your mind with our voices. And so at the $5,000 stretch goal, we are promising to deliver an audiobook straight to any backers who actually qualify for the stretch goals. There's an add-on that you guys are going to have available to you, a book written by Kevin Andrew Murphy. And we've already worked with him. We already did a short story called Tablet of Destiny for Pinnacle Entertainment Group, and that's available on our own proprietary platform right now. So that's what's really special. That's one of the really special things about Sound Booth Theater, is that we don't have to rely on Audible. We have our own platform, and we can do deals with whoever we want to and give out product to whoever we want to. And if you help Sigil get to that $5,000 mark, then you deserve to get an audiobook straight from us for free.
And there's something so engaging about the Sound Booth Theater style. It's not just somebody sitting in a booth reading it plainly. These guys are more or less, and girls, actors. They're reading the rules, they're bringing life to the work, which is why it's so exciting to have them working with Sigil on this, because these stories get a heart to them. They get that thread. And I think hopefully you haven't been unfortunate enough to come across an audiobook that just the narrator doesn't give it life, and Sound Booth Theater really does that. It's excellent.
That we really care about our characters. We really care about breathing life into the story, and that means breathing life into the characters. And even beyond that, at the $10,000 stretch goal, you guys will be getting not only an audiobook, but an audiobook with full sound effects and music added.
A deep dive.
A deep dive. That's correct.
This is where it feels like you are there dealing with whatever sort of things they might be experiencing.
And something that Harlan has quite a bit of experience with as well.
A lot of experience with. And I mean, this is stuff that we are excited to bring you because, again, that connection with the community, that level of care, that attention to detail is something that all of us up here are excited about. In fact, and Eugene, we were just talking about this before, with this title, we're also bringing in some experts to sort of do some consultants, correct? Did you want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, we're going to have several experts do sensitivity and cultural consultations on these books, because we are representing peoples of a variety of backgrounds, identities, ethnicities, orientations, sexual identities, and so on. And so we wanted to make sure that we do a good job representing these people, and that they have a voice in how they are being represented in the book. One thing I'm particularly happy about is we've been talking to Sarah Thompson, who is famous for the combat wheelchair that she created for Dungeons and Dragons rules.
Yeah.
And so we've been speaking to her about writing a section for the book on disability and superpowers, right? Because that's something that's been fraught in the past, right? And so she has said she wants to write a section on that. And I'm really excited to see what she comes up for us.
Absolutely. And I think in this day and age, it's such a smart and considerate move to be doing this. And that, again, shows that sort of community that we're trying to build here. And with that, the Kickstarter is officially live. The link is in the description. Check it out. We're still going to be hanging out here. We have some games to be playing. We have a superhero quiz. If you think you know more about superheroes, we'll see how quickly you can comment as we're playing along. But the link is in the description to this video. Go check it out right now. You can be amongst the first backers to support us. And just to give you a little bit of what's in store, here is a glimpse at the setting for S5E.
Suncoast Port was once a bustling, sandy, sun-drenched city, full of tourists, beachgoers, and movie stars. For years, Suncoast City stood as the shining gem of the West Coast, and superheroes flocked to the famous city. But light cannot exist without darkness. S5E is set against the dark and mysterious backdrop of Midnight City. Upon these streets, your heroes are forged with fire and instilled with hope and strength, though it may not be enough. Midnight City, written by Alan Barr, takes the Iron Age of comics and applies the tone to a four-color setting, providing a locale where street-level vigilantes, magicians, and paragons of hope mingle in an attempt to take back the city and break a sorcerer's spell. It's just one of the exciting world-building tools S5E provides.
Awesome. And that's a setting written by Alan Barr, who we've spoken to, and he's going to be on Sigil Spotlight next week. I keep saying next week because it's bi-weekly, but it is next week at this point. And it's a really fascinating setting. I love what he's done, taking this idea of, superheroes inherently have this vigilantism, this idea that cops sort of work against them. And in this day and age, it's a real stressor to try to work through that in the context of keeping it feeling like a real threat. So Midnight City essentially finds a really clever way to move beyond that and create this city that's sort of a no man's land of superhero villains and heroes alike, where the people who are stuck behind are still real chess pieces for the GM to have. There can still be hostage situations and firefights in the street with real consequences, but also gives space for the GM and the players alike to craft their own story without feeling like you have to worry too much about the real rules. In like 5th edition D&D, you're not as worried about that when you're in the medieval era.
The City Watch is only so powerful.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to, text you, whereas here they can text you. And already we have the first 5 backers in the first few seconds. I haven't even refreshed it.
Of course we do.
Of course we do. Again, check out the link in the description. We have Twitter and Instagram feeds that you can follow and check out. And all of these things are really exciting. Here we go.
I wanted to,
Jonah Jameson,
if I may,
you may,
just throw a casual spotlight on some of the superhero powers. So we've gotten a little bit of a sneak preview of the rule book as new players. We're going to be again trialing this system starting next Monday. But just leafing through this very exciting document that I hope everyone is going to get their hands on. Some of these superhero powers are pretty exciting. My favorite that I've read so far
lay it on us.
Is an ability called Vomit.
An ability called vomit.
which essentially gives you a
That
breath
sounds like an
weapon.
art house novel. An ability called
It's
vomit.
like a cone effect of like an acid breath weapon,
Oh,
which
boy.
I thought was
Amazing.
very cool. If you wanted to be someone who just has this like toxic spume just ready to go at all times, I thought that was fucking cool. X-ray vision, of course. What
Classic.
superhero doesn't want to have X-ray vision?
Yeah.
And then I read something that I found extremely cool: surveillance drone as a superhero power,
Oh.
where you can deploy a little cloaked drone that can sort of move around and transmit information and record things, send it to your superhero or whatever. So the technology is all worked into the setting as well. And then sense vital signs, where you can detect the heartbeat
Nice.
and breathing rates of different creatures within 120 feet of you and like get insight into their vitals and their conditions and stuff. So it's kind of like a sonar, you know, you get to see where everyone is, but then you also kind of detect, like, are they scared?
I mean, it really does give you the space to tell very different stories, which I think is excellent about this. And I think it's something very challenging that a lot of people could, you know, poo-poo to be like, oh, I don't understand how I could be that secret agent. But already it's clear that, you know, the quote unquote spells list, look at that, 7 minutes in.
Yep.
Nice.
That we're already at this idea where you could be that superhero using tech gadgets exclusively.
Yeah.
Which is exciting too, because some of the backgrounds in the book, we have human, we have mutant, of course, we have Atlantean, robotic. I'm missing a few. What else
Alien?
was there?
Mhm.
Alien,
Mm-hmm.
which, as we were going through character creation the other night, you know, there's different ways you can address that too. You know, alien doesn't have to be just an alien. You look at Venom, where it's a symbiote, which is the alien that gives him the alien powers. And Eugene, when we spoke on Sigil Spotlight, you addressed some of these things too in terms of the GM flavoring it. And how does that come across to you when it comes to that sort of building of a character?
Well, I mean, one of the things that we do in this book that is one step beyond, if you will, standard vanilla 5th edition is we allow you to choose not just your race, but instead we break it into 2 parts where you choose your kind of like biological ancestry and then where you grew up, so that you can be an alien raised on Earth like Superman, or you can be a human raised by aliens like Star-Lord, right? So because when you get to do that 2 choices, you can then really customize. And then within that you're prompted to describe what your alien culture might be like if you're raised by aliens, or what you look like if you're an alien or a robot. Do you look like a steampunk, big gear-laden robot, or are you a sleek cyberpunk type? And you can do whatever you can. The rules allow for you to choose when you make, for example, the robot. You choose which kind of robotic traits you're going to have, so that you can really make your character look the way you want.
It really does feel like pick any kind of superhero.
Yeah.
It can be described using this system in kind of an elegant way.
Last night we went with sort of an alien build on another character, because the alien allows you to pick from 2 features essentially, and she felt that, you know, 2 of them would really encompass what she is, but the alien, you know, title didn't necessarily work directly with what her character was. So we kind of, you know, took that idea and continued on with it. And her, you know, a weapon that she was carrying was sort of the idea of the alien. Or, you know, you also have characters like Wonder Woman, you know, who has the sort of legacy ideal, and it would make sense for her to still have that. And all of that is possible through this, as Jesse says.
Right. And one of the ways, there are a few special cases, right, where very powerful heroes like Wonder Woman has the lasso of truth, right? So that's going to be either an item or a feat you can get, because there are feats that you get either mythic or alien special artifacts. So, and some of the ways you can make your characters allow you to start with a feat. So sometimes you might have to really drill down with a feat, but again, that's standard 5th edition.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's we availed ourselves of those options too.
So we are already basically at a third of the way there. We've
Hell
just
yeah.
passed $1,000, so that's hugely exciting.
Mhm.
That's something that I think we're all really keen to see, not just this succeed, but I mean, honestly, the sound booth theater level of stuff, all of the other tiers are things that have me salivating for interest level. The book that Kevin Allen Walker did, it was another one that I think Peg did, correct?
That's Kevin Andrew Murphy.
Sorry, who's Kevin Andrew Walker? I think he's the guy who directed Seven, actually.
Oh, no, he's not. Oh, that's David Fincher.
No, the director. I think the writer is Kevin Allen Walker. I'm going to Google it just to be right. So what was the other? It was part of a series, I believe, right? It was the Pinnacle series.
You know what? I don't know about that. I thought that this was something that he had written for you guys, so that would be news to me.
No, this one is, but the one that Sound Booth Theater did.
Oh, right, of course, yes. That was part of the Tales of Necessary Evil, which is part of the Wendigo Tales.
That's
series.
right.
Wendigo Tales has both has a bunch of stuff from Savage Worlds, like Necessary Evil, the Last Parsec, Deadlands, East Texas University. Wendigo Tales encompasses pretty much all of their properties. But the one that we did for Kevin Andrew Murphy was from Necessary Evil, and that was a superhero. That's sort of a superhero tale. Necessary Evil is about basically the world having been taken over by aliens. The aliens have already defeated all the superheroes, and now all Earth has left is the supervillains to fight back against the aliens. And honestly, Kevin Andrew Murphy's one short story out of that entire series was my favorite. It was a guy.
I think it's Tablets of Destiny.
Tablets of Destiny. That's right.
Yeah.
And very clever.
Yeah, I mean, you can check that out. Soundbooththeater.com. Check it out. Tablets of Destiny. Kevin Andrew Murphy. By the way, the writer of Seven is Andrew Kevin Walker. So
okay. All right,
like just a little bit moved around.
Yeah.
So it's an understandable thing.
You know what? This reminds me. So what's really cool about that story that we did, the main character, he derived his powers from finding ancient artifacts from Greek mythology and all sorts of different mythology. Do you guys have that covered in the rules?
Oh yeah. So one of the ways you can, one of the ways you can become a hero is through an artifact, right? So you could be one of the occult options is to get your power from like a beast, like you're a mythic source, if you will. There's also
I think one of our characters does.
I was going to say, in fact, one of our characters, Ahmed Mahmoud from Sound Booth Theater, who will be joining us as well, is playing Ranjit, the magician who gets his powers from a artifact that has fallen from who knows where. Yeah, question mark.
So and there's always in the gear section as well. There's rules for other artifacts and alien stuff and high tech, and so lots of fun ways to.
There are all the ways.
When we did our characters last night, it was so interesting how easily we all found. Oh yeah, that's my character. Like that exactly is what I would like, and we could just pick and choose the bits we needed.
We started with the character concept, right? We didn't even look at the rule book. We just thought, what would be the coolest character to play? Who do I want to be? What is my origin story? We started there, and then flipping open the rule book, everyone sort of collaboratively looked at it, and it was so easy and really fun, honestly, to be able to define ourselves through these different
And I think
genres.
one of the best ways to do that was what you mentioned about how the backstories or the backgrounds aren't tied to the classes or aren't tied to the races, or however you want to put it. The idea that Gary could be a well, we won't spoil what he was yet, but pick his class and then have his background not necessarily be present day, have something that worked out in a way that made more sense, was a really fascinating way to do that, because so many times you have to sort of reset your thinking if you're coming from a 5th edition mentality, because if you're a goblin, you're a goblin.
You have to assume that you were brought up in the milieu of Faerun or whatever.
Hold on, what was that word? Let me Google.
But essentially,
a crane level word.
The way that Eugene has crafted this is that you can be an alien and that's your race, but then you also have a separate notion, which is your culture. So that's where you were brought up and how that influences your skills and your languages and those sorts of background type things.
Yeah, and it's exactly as you said, Superman, alien raised in a human society.
Absolutely.
Or Star-Lord.
I'm still trying to think of stuff to stump you guys with. So
do it, I dare you. Stump.
Waiting the background.
I have a question for Eugene. So there are 3 books that are associated with this product that Kickstarter is launching today.
Actually, you know what? Sorry, before you get a question, let me play that, because I have that queued up as well. Let's take a look at the books.
S5E is a 300-page guide loaded with exciting new content that brings all the action from comics and movies to your 5th edition game. With this rulebook, you have all you need to create, equip, and play the superhero of your dreams. Whether you're a lone vigilante, a cosmic powerhouse, or the mother of all street fighters, S5E has you covered. Along with the core rulebook is the Midnight City setting book. The rich, detailed world of Midnight City waits for you and your team to assemble. Finally, there is the Augmented Operative Registry, a monster manual brimming with super soldiers, villains, criminals, and monsters all ready to face off against your team. The Augmented Operative Registry catalogs over 100 superpowered beings, both friendly and dangerous. Whatever story you want to tell, the AOR has allies, foes, threats, and mysteries you need.
Now you can back us now at Kickstarter. That's accurate.
Back us now.
Sorry, continue with your wonderful question, Joe. I
So-
just figured why not.
Yes, of course. So the 3 books, as we've all just now been well educated, thank you to Harlan for the lovely trailer, is the S5E rulebook, obviously, and then we have the Midnight City setting/campaign guide, and then the third book is this AOR, the Augmented Operative Registry, essentially, and correct me if I'm wrong, Eugene, which functions like a superhero bestiary, correct?
That's correct.
So, essentially, I wanted to ask you, as the author of this bestiary, pretend that you are GMing your campaign for us, the 4 of us, we'll just say, as your players. What creation in the AOR are you most excited to throw at us, the superheroes in this campaign? What is a must-use for the future prospective DMs?
Well, there's definitely a rogues gallery, right? Full of supervillains that utilize, that was my opportunity to say, these are the powers I think would be the most cool to deploy in combat or in an adventure. So, you'll get the manipulative mesmer, and you'll get the toxic, I can't just blanked on her name. Yeah, the vomiter. Yeah, that's right. So I mean, it's just those are my favorite, because those are characters that it was like making a character that I wanted to play, right, as a GM. So then the way you can love a character when you make them, I love all of those villains. But there's also some fun kind of creatures, alien menaces. We've got otherworldly, mind-shattering, Lovecraftian aliens from deep space. We've got there's rules for alternate dimension versions of the characters that you might be playing.
Cool.
So you might be able to eat, just like from Star Trek, you might meet, it looks just like you, but they've got a goatee, so they must be evil, right? Things like
the mirror dimension.
Right, exactly. So those are fun. And then, of course, there's also all kinds of high-tech threats, too. Like they've got combat drones and surveillance drones, not only that you can deploy as a spell, but that can serve as threats for you to face.
I like that, actually. I didn't actually fully consider the robotic drone aspect to your potential villains that you would have to be fighting, because there's always kind of a question mark in my mind, at least when I'm thinking about superheroes versus supervillains, and that has to do with murdering.
Yeah.
You don't want to murder people.
100%.
Do you tie them up and then leave them for someone else to deal with, a la Spider-Man? There's only so far that can get you. And so when you sort of maybe make your enemies more monstrous or more robotic than your PCs.
Because you never think about that in like 5th edition D&D, you know what I mean? You're never like, oh, let's spare this.
It's an
orc.
ooze.
You're just like,
it'll be fine.
It's an ooze.
Right.
That'll be fine.
It's undead. You're helping them out.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. There's no question about the morals of that. But when you sort of delve into the reality of this being like an urban environment and you're fighting other human beings or aliens or what have you, there's a moral quandary.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we've got rules in there. There's guidance for the GM on how to handle that. And one of the things we recommend is talking to your players in advance about what kind of tone you want. Do you want like a grim and gritty Zack Snyder? Or do you want this to be kind of a PG-13 threatening but ultimately uplifting MCU experience? Or do you want it to be like a Teen Titans kind of okay for the youth sort of look? And there's also rules on, what happens when they drop to 0 hit points? Do people die? Do people just get knocked unconscious, et cetera, et cetera? And so there's options. There's even rules for things like collateral damage. There's a simple way for GMs to track how much collateral damage the heroes have caused like to buildings
Oh,
or
cool.
civilians. And then the GM can decide to introduce complications if people are, being lazy or careless with their vomit attack, and they melt somebody's expensive car. Like, what happens? Right?
Stop vomiting, Gary.
Right. If people want to play that way with a little more realism,
Of
there's rules in
course.
there for that.
Yeah, you can dial up the grittiness or the realism.
Which I think
as
is
you will.
great. You know, like
Mhm.
for our game, that's again starting on Monday. You know, one of the things I said from the outreach is I don't really want to use guns. And there's so many great ways in this book to move around that. You know, you can be fighting mutants where they're casting spells and they're flying things at you that aren't that. You can just go traditional in the sense of, oh, maybe they're just using weird crossbows, or you know, you can have robots firing any number of magic laser missiles or anything like that you want to do.
Right.
Or of magic lasers.
Magic laser missile.
Well, I mean, one of the nice things as well is this is 100% compatible with 5e. So that means any of creatures in any published D&D book you can use.
Yeah.
So you could have them fighting oozes if you want, or undead, and
Most
just use the
definitely.
rules right out of the basic set.
I mean, an ooze war, superhero ooze war sounds like something I'd be down for, to be honest. It's got a great Guardians of the Galaxy
I mean,
vibe.
you
Yeah.
take your standard archmage, they have supervillain written all over them anyway.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
could like transport. Oh, I never
Yeah, you
even
want
considered.
crazy. Oh, a portal opened from D&D 5th edition, and now you need to fight. You know, there you go. Half your work's
But
done.
you could absolutely grab
Right.
any number of like published D&D adventures and be like, okay, I'm gonna grab this setting and this map and everything and just kind of skin it.
Well,
Yep.
And
yeah.
turns into a superhero module.
One of the things I was really excited about, talking to Jeff and bringing him on here too, is there's a lot of sound booth theater novels that have game lit. You guys do a ton of game lit, and really at the essence of a game lit novel is a superhero, more or less. And if you are a fan of like Dungeon Crawler Carl or any of the other awesome like sound booth theater stuff, this is a system that you can use 100% to tell that story. Like I Dungeon Crawler Carl is a series that Sound Booth does that Jeff does himself that I've listened to, and it's hilarious and fantastic. And if you are a fan of that like I am, this is easily a system that could encompass all of the elements of that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
right, Jeff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And what's really great about Dungeon Crawler Carl is it's pretty much an amalgamation of all the fiction that that has come before it. It's just grotesque Frankensteins everywhere of our culture and of fantasy and everything like that, and it just creates this ridiculous, hilarious world that's so much fun to hang out in. And so being able to play in that world, and having a system this flexible, absolutely.
And you look at movies like Suicide Squad or Guardians of the Galaxy, where they are distillations of our culture. They are pop culture references and audio quips, and that's fun. And Gamelit really can be that. And this, to me, is a great gateway to that. We are also over the halfway point, by the way, of we've just passed $2,000.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
Thank you.
Over 2,000.
Holy crap!
Yeah, so I'm thinking to wind this down, I'm thinking we should play a little game, a little superhero game to see how we're doing. Joe, what do you think? You got some? Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll go by screen. I think Eugene and myself on one team, Gary and Jeff on the other team, and I'm thinking maybe like round robin. You ask Eugene and I 3 questions, you ask them 3 questions, and if we can't get one, they can steal.
I love it.
What are we thinking?
Okay.
Who's
Sure.
ready?
Who goes first? We flip a coin. Do we roll a die?
Ooh,
Roll a die,
yeah,
come
roll a
on.
dice.
I have a die.
Yeah.
Okay, 0 to 10 is Eugene and I, and that was a 17. Jeff and
All
Gary
right,
go first.
Jeff and Gary, we're gonna start.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna start with some medium difficulty Marvel trivia questions. So this is gonna go to Jeff and Gary to begin. Here we go. So first of all, what planet is Thanos from?
Oh,
He is from Titan.
that's
Very
right.
good. 1 point to Gary.
Good job, Gary and Jeff. Give them
Gary and Jeff. Harlan, would you
Yes.
mind keeping count of the
happily. I don't know how, but I'll do. Oh, you know what?
You can just have a
I'm
Word
gonna make a
document.
banner. No,
Oh,
got
okay.
it.
Focus.
I got a banner.
Excellent. Very good. Moving right along. All right, let's see here. For Harlan and Eugene, Again, this is a medium level, a Marvel trivia question. What is Thor's mother's name?
Do you know it?
No. Do you?
Oh,
I believe it's Frigga.
It is Frigga. Very good.
Hey, friggin' A.
Excellent.
Makes an appearance in Loki
Thanos
episode
land.
1, in fact.
Oh,
That's
Sadly.
right. I saw her in it. I didn't remember the name, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
All right, back to Jeff and Gary.
Good job, Gene.
What kind of doctor was Dr. Stephen Strange?
Oh,
Easy.
surgeon.
Was it
Heart. Is it brain or heart?
neurosurgeon?
Yeah, neurosurgeon. I think that's it.
I think. Or was he all of the surgeons?
Oh, all of the surgeons.
Pan surgeon.
Pan surgeon.
I want
was
to
a
say
hand surgeon.
neuro. Do you want to go with neuro or heart? I think because he's so clever.
I don't
know.
remember him. I don't remember him splitting open a skull. I remember
He
like
got the little bullety thing. I'm going pure movie Doctor Strange. He got the little bullet
Yeah.
at the dude's head. I imagine he would want
Did
to
he?
be. That's a dexterous feat.
do
We-
you want to go with
Let's just
neuro?
go pulmonary. He loves lungs.
Pulmonary. Okay. What do you? I don't know. I want to go.
Final
With,
answer. Let's go,
I want
gentlemen.
to go with neuro.
Let's do neuro.
Neurosurgeon. Very good,
That's
both
correct?
of you.
Oh.
Yes, correct.
Hey, good job.
Yes, excellently done. All right, and for our team, Harlan and Eugene, Harjean,
Harjean.
where?
Warling.
This is a multiple choice question.
Oh.
Where is Captain America from?
Oh.
A.
Bron-
Queens. B. Manhattan.
No.
C. Long Island.
No.
D. Brooklyn.
D. Brooklyn. Final answer.
You're correct.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
So we're tied up 2-2.
You're tied up. You're tied up. All right. I'm going to move on to the hard questions for Marvel trivia.
Oh, man.
Good.
Here we go. This is for Jeff and Gary. Who is on the lunchbox that Captain Marvel hides the Tesseract in?
Ooh.
No.
Is it Rainbow Bright?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I
so
think
I'm
the
gonna-
rules here is if you guys say final answer something, that's what she'll take. But
That's right.
I think theorizing is fair.
I think you guys can chat about it.
Yeah.
I
But I
feel
need a
it's-
Regis Philbin sort of.
I
President-
want to. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say either Rainbow Bright or He-Man.
It's surely an American pop culture thing, which renders me slightly useless.
Uh-huh.
But I'm good to go. I don't know what Rainbow Bright is, which makes me think that's closer to the right answer.
Here's a
'Cause I think it
question.
would stick out.
If they get it wrong, do we have a chance to steal before you reveal it?
Great question. What do you guys think?
I think it'd be
Yeah,
fun.
why not?
New
Let's do it.
rules?
I don't know the answer,
New
but
rule, we'll do a steal.
we'll do like a family
Brick of serve.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I
Support
think
you, Jeff.
Rainbow Bright's the best I got. Final
Should I
answer.
Answer that. I got nothing. So
Yeah, I'm sorry, boys. That's wrong. Should we do our
Gene.
first steal?
Yeah, let's see. I want to say for some reason, and I have no proof for this, but for
Okay.
some reason I want to say salt and pepper. And I don't think there's any logic to that. I want to make it clear I don't think there's any logic to that. But for some reason I
Yeah.
want to say that. I just want to come out with that.
That would be awesome, but
Yeah.
I
No,
was.
it's something 90s because it takes place in the 90s. Right?
Yeah, gosh, I have
Yes.
I don't remember. I mean,
It's
like
gonna be maybe Thundercats or something. I guess
Sonic.
Thundercats.
You know, I mean, who knows, right?
Oh,
Would Sonic have top boxes? I feel like a Thundercats or like
GI Joe,
G.I.
Transformers.
Joe.
dude,
I'm just now
it's not
I'm just
the
now
rights
naming
to
what I
all that
watched after
stuff.
school.
Transformers. Let's go Transformers.
What are
I like that.
Transformers?
Final answer, Transformers.
Incorrect. I'm sorry, gentlemen.
What was it?
The Fawns.
Oh, okay.
That's a 90s. Get that out of
That's a
here.
lunchbox.
90s.
All right.
All right. Question for Harlan and Eugene.
Yeah.
What species is Groot?
Oh shit.
Oh gosh, I don't know the name
I
of
have
that.
no idea.
He's a Groot.
Tree ent.
Yeah, I think we should just say he's a Groot. I don't know. I have
Let's
no
go
idea.
for it. Final answer. He's a Groot.
No, incorrect. Jeff and
Oh,
Gary, do you want to
I
steal
have
this
no idea
one?
that one. I don't remember that one. I didn't read that comic.
These
I
are
feel
the
like
hard
it
questions.
it sounds like Toydarian, but that's obviously that's a Star Wars thing. But I don't know what it is other than he is a Groot.
We already guessed that, so you get a freebie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that one.
He is
because they say it. I'm sure they say it in the prison-y scene when they're like, he's the muscle.
Wood
and,
Sprite.
Wood Sprite.
I like it.
Final
Final
answer.
answer?
Final answer, Wood Sprite.
Wrong, boys. Groot is a Flora Colossus.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's like a technical. That sounds right.
That
Big
sounds
flower.
like a Latin
Yeah, I
name.
wouldn't have guessed it. But
Yeah,
that's
that.
good.
Like I said, I didn't read Guardians of the Galaxy. My bad.
All right,
Tridarian.
we're going to do a couple more hard questions, and then we're
Okay.
going to swap universes.
I'm excited.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's do it. This is fun.
All right. Harlan and you.
No, it's,
sorry,
yeah.
Jeff and Gary. How did Peter Quill's mother die?
Oh, I know this.
Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah, I remember.
Gary,
this
you
The
got
one.
some?
celestial being Ego put a tumor in her brain.
Oh, wow.
Final answer.
Yeah,
Final
I think
answer.
that would be my final answer.
That's
Final answer. I
I'm going to
remember that.
accept it. That's brain cancer, ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen.
That's even better than like the legit.
more
I would have said
specific.
brain cancer. He actually had like the technical win.
Yeah, ego.
Right.
Very
Well
good.
done.
All right. Nicely done. All right, boys, for our final hard question. She was shot by. God damn it. Woo. All right.
Would have been so much better.
Here we go. In WandaVision, what thought experiment do the two visions discuss?
What?
Ship of Theseus.
I know that. Yeah, the replacing pieces. I love that.
I gotta say, that's a
Right.
cheater for me because I'm a philosophy professor by day, and I actually teach that.
Holy crow.
Amazing. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Well,
Ship of Theseus.
Final answer. That.
Correct. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
WandaVision. You need to watch WandaVision.
It's
Yeah, it's
good.
good.
Yeah. It's
I
good.
guess we should say spoilers. Spoilers.
Whatever. if you're backing a superhero campaign, you haven't seen it yet.
And just knowing that shows up, doesn't spoil anything.
No, it doesn't.
All right, we're gonna swap out to some DC Comics questions.
I'm the worst at DC.
Okay, I am not going to do
By the way, we are almost 70% of the way funded.
That's incredible.
It's only
Amazing.
been half an hour. Yep.
It's this game, I think.
It's the game. I mean, I'm enjoying it. So
That's right.
All right, question going to Jeff and Gary. Which supervillain? So this is DC Comics.
Is this medium?
It's not ranked, so these are just general
Okay.
questions. And I apologize if they're extremely easy or extremely hard. I have no frame of reference.
that's why you're asking the question.
That's why I'm asking and not answering.
How many toes does Batman have?
Does Ben Affleck? not even the character, but the
He's got
actor.
one
Just
big
Ben
toe between the 2 feet. All right, Jeff and Gary. Which supervillain was once the Iranian ambassador to the UN?
Good luck.
Jeff Hayes.
Oh, this is DC.
This is DC.
Okay. Well, that's
the
that narrows it
okay.
down.
Who is Ra's al Ghul?
I mean, that is a DC villain.
Yeah, that's
I feel like that's the best guess I'm gonna have.
I
of
mean,
these are good
yeah, I
questions.
have no idea. Will we
Right.
go Ra's al Ghul?
So
You
your
might as
final
well
answer?
final answer that one.
Ra's al Ghul?
It's actually the.
No, because we want
Oh.
to try to steal. If it's
Oh,
wrong,
yeah.
let us go.
Oh shit! Did
'Cause
I give
the
too much?
joke-
info?
No,
Is it
you said it's
incorrect?
actually the.
It's the what
Joker.
You know what?
I'll say, yeah, I'm like,
I wasn't gonna think about it,
It was
but
the
that's
Joker?
fair. We won't-
Sorry,
don't give us a
guys.
chance to steal.
That
No, that's-
was that in one of the movies?
Like
I
he
haven't
was
seen all the
once
DC movies.
the ambassador as a joke. Like
I would have
Okay.
guessed Lex Luthor anyway, so we would have
It
gotten
was
it,
the
unless
Joker?
you knew. But
It was the Joker. Yeah.
Someone
I was just
commented
reading one
on
of the
it, so-
comments and thought it was a joke that they put up Joker. That's amazing.
So
Wow, okay.
this next one, then we won't allow you to steal either, and it's very difficult.
That's fair.
So Harlan and Eugene,
Yeah.
what is Batman's favorite food?
Wow.
I feel like he's boring. It'd be like white rice or something.
He just loves toast
What
so
is he- what is he
goddamn
like?
bad.
Frog's
my God.
legs.
Oh my god. What is Batman's favorite food?
Mhm.
It just makes water and flour and drink it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he really strikes me as
One of
like
those-
a.
He's
a
like
soy-
he's like a raw egg.
He's a
in drink,
Soylent dude. Let's face
Yeah,
it.
he
He's
probably
a
made his
super
own
dude.
version of Soylent and was like, "This is
Yeah.
good for me."
I mean, I don't know
It's
why.
got to be
I want
something.
like a fish.
I think it's what do bats eat? I don't know, mosquitoes. I mean,
Fish. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't
Run
know.
around the Batcave.
he likes
I would
bat
have to open-
burgers.
I feel
Pomegranate.
like for some weird reason I want to say like salmon, smoked salmon, or like a fish dish. I don't know why. birthday cake.
I'm like thinking, is it a Bruce Wayne food or is it a Batman food?
Oh, so the question she asked
Is
was
Batman?
what's Batman's favorite food?
Do you think they have different favorite foods?
Well, so here's the question: does Batman need to take off the mask? Does he have to like drink something from a? Maybe it's like
he has like this much space.
Yeah, it's like a protein shake.
Well, maybe we could do this differently. Do we know anything that we know by canon he does not eat? Batman does not eat.
I don't know.
Batman does not eat. What does?
Canonically.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm gonna say
You're never
weird
gonna
fish
get this.
dish
Never
unless
gonna
you have any
fucking get
strong
this, ever.
feelings.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm gonna say salmon fillet in a white wine sauce with poached potatoes
So close.
and a white wine spritzer.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, he drinks a
I just
spritzer.
want to guess there's a dish, I think, in the first movie, the first Tim Burton one, where he's like, oh, this is cold. And
Vichyssoise.
I do
Vichy
remember that. The
Swamp?
Vichy Swamp, you're right. He
Yeah.
does. Like,
It's supposed to be
I want to say
cold,
the
Mr.
Gestapo,
Wayne.
but that's not it. It's
Gestapo. Gestapo. Yeah, these are from the comics, I think. So who knows? Batman's been running for 800 issues or something.
You guys haven't read all 800
What's
issues?
the
No.
answer?
All
I
right,
give
ready,
up.
everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mulligatawny soup. And I Googled it. Mulligatawny soup is a curry soup made with chicken, vegetables, apples, and rice.
You know what? Good on
Yeah.
him for being. I'm
Staples.
I want some.
impressed.
That's
Yeah,
I
what
want
you
some
mean.
right now.
I'd like to know what issue that appears in. So
We are 77% of the way funded.
Oh my
so
God.
we are almost
amazing.
there. Let's do it, Joe.
Okay, we're gonna do 2 more DC comics.
Okay.
Going back to Jeff and Gary, and I'm not gonna blow the steel this time, I promise.
Cool.
All right. Which 2 superheroes were first meant to be a couple?
Oh, for DC.
They were meant to be a couple.
Is it okay to ask if they are a couple now, or is that
Great question. There's no way
She
for me to
wouldn't
know
know,
that. I
yeah.
would never. I couldn't.
first meant to be a couple? I think we're supposed to think Superman and Wonder Woman, but that's to throw us off. But I don't know.
Oh, man.
And they're both superheroes.
Oh
Batman
yeah,
and Robin?
Hey, that'd be cool.
sexy.
Wouldn't be too bad. Ah,
I'm in favor.
Wasn't Robin supposed to be a girl in the first place?
Actually, you know what? You might not
in
be
The
wrong.
Dark Knight Returns, the Robin is a younger girl. 2
Yeah,
years.
there's also an age problem that makes this really
Yeah.
gross, though.
That's true. Yeah.
Although
Yeah,
again,
ridiculous.
I'm guessing these questions are based on the comics, so who knows?
Probably.
Not the movies.
I would maybe guess Batman and Wonder Woman, but I also know there's a lot
Batman and
more
Wonder
superheroes in
Woman?
the DC universe. I don't. I'm really not on top of DC lore.
Me
You
neither.
guys are doing great.
Guess it. You guys got this. Take a wild
Yeah.
stab,
You guess, and then we'll
Batman,
take.
and then we'll take our stab.
I'm going to be obscure and say Batman and Robin. I don't know.
Let's go with that. Let's go Team Batman.
You
Robin.
want to just do that?
Yeah, lock it in.
All right. Final answer.
Batman and Robin.
Whatever.
Incorrect.
do
I'm
you think?
thinking Batman and Catwoman.
That's what I was going to guess
Yeah,
too.
let's do that. Final answer:
Oh, I
Batman,
forgot
Catwoman.
about Catwoman.
Also incorrect.
But Eartha
Also not a
Kitt,
superhero.
come
You
on.
guys were
Good,
half
yeah.
right originally, Jeff and Gary, with Wonder Woman, but
Okay.
Green Lantern apparently.
Oh.
Oh.
Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, totally banging.
Can
What?
see it.
Which Green Lantern? I wonder.
Great question.
Yeah.
Guy
Yeah.
Gardner, clearly.
And for our final DC question, should we do another food one?
Sure.
All right.
Of course.
What is the spiciest food in the DC universe?
Oh my god. Who would know?
Oh.
I feel like we should all be able to guess on that one for the last question because it's so
sure,
insane.
sure.
Yeah, no one's gonna know, right?
Let's all do it together.
Everyone gets a guess,
Because there's no way that.
and it's double points.
Okay.
The spiciest food.
I'll give you a hint. Also, it's like made by a superhero.
Lex Luthor's curry.
Great,
I'm Googling a
great. That's
person's
exactly
name.
what I'm looking for, but it's wrong. It's
Oh,
person's
oh,
name
oh.
thing.
What's the dude from
You already
Fantastic
did one.
Four?
You
Johnny
already did
Flame or whatever.
That okay?
Yeah,
that's
that's
Human
Marvel.
Torch, and
I
that's
hear someone
DC, and that's
Googling.
Marvel.
I'm looking up a name of a character. I'm not looking up the
Okay.
answer.
Flash?
Great.
Is Flash a dude?
Yeah,
Did you say
right.
D&D?
This is Flash
Okay.
dude.
It is the Nora Freeze Ghost Pepper because he wants to wake her up, but she's very cold.
That's actually pretty
the
smart.
cure is going to be a really hot pepper to wake her up, both from the freeze
Oh,
he
you
put
were-
her in and cure her of her ills.
You were looking
Lord
up Mr.
goes
Freeze's, Mr.
Wife's
Freeze's
name.
wife.
Yeah,
I like it.
Right. Okay,
I
that's
love
a
it.
that's a good
It's
one.
totally
I guess.
wrong, but I love
Nora
it.
Freeze Ghost Pepper.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's like Batman's pepper spray. I have no freaking clue.
I don't think you would ever classify pepper spray as a food.
Well-
Yeah, it's not a food. Fair.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, or I guess Jeff and Eugene, you haven't guessed
Yeah.
yet. So
Yeah.
The question is, what is the spiciest food in the DC universe? And it's proprietary of a superhero.
who would be tacky enough to market their own spicy food?
I don't know if it's that they sell it or just that they make it all the time. And it's the spiciest food ever.
Yeah,
I think I
don't
know
know.
who might make it now. Or
Superman's
might-
chili. That's my
Yeah.
guess.
God, you're half right.
That's a good one.
Ooh,
That's a
it's
good
a
one.
chili or it's Superman?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, Jeff.
Um,
Final answer. You get your
Yeah,
question.
I'm gonna just piggyback off of you and say it's Joker's chili.
So close. And actually, Tyler Childers, I don't know if you were fucking Googling this shit, but it is
Oh,
the
it's
Green Arrows chili.
Oh.
I wouldn't have guessed Green Arrow
I
was
never
like
would've
a
guessed Green Arrow.
hot
Yeah.
chili guy.
Yeah.
I was thinking someone with supernatural tongue toughness.
Yeah,
I
Green
thought
Arrow
maybe
seems
Poison
very
Ivy
boring.
made it because of her understanding.
That-
Ooh, I like
plan.
that.
I like that better.
I like
Let's
that
give it
very
to Gary.
much.
I'm just kidding.
All right, let's pivot real quick into some X-Men trivia.
Cool. And just for the folks at home, we are almost 90% funded. We are 88% funded. We are almost
Party.
there. I think we might be funded by the time
Let's hope.
this stream is over. Let's
right.
let's
Are
kick
you
it
doing
out.
that math in your head? Are you
No, I
looking at
have
the
a
number
I
and
have
you're
a
like,
percentage
80%?
calculator open.
You mean just a regular calculator that you can...
No, I literally Googled how to calculate percentage. Put in this number. Put in this number. Refresh. I don't. I'm not gonna do math on the fly like some schmo.
Absolutely. All right, whose turn is it now? I've lost all count of...
It was Jeff
Space
and
and
Gary,
time.
but we did it for everybody.
That's
So
right.
I think this
Right.
should be back to Jeff and Gary.
Back to Jeff and Gary.
Okay.
All right, this is going into, as I said, X-Men. Jeff and Gary, what is Rogue's name?
Oh,
Anna Paquin.
Oh, I definitely know it, and
me too. God,
Southern. She's a
X-Men
Southern
was my
belle.
jam, dude.
Anna Paquin. Oh no, I kissed Johnny.
Oh no.
They're just stalling so that someone in the comments will give it away.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, so unless you have an answer, Jeff, I'm just gonna say Belle Southern.
I like that.
Belle Southern.
Belle
She's a Southern belle, clearly.
She's a Southern Belle.
Do you guys want to steal it, Harlan and Eugene?
You
No,
guys,
someone
might
just
as well
gave me-
steal it. I'm not gonna get it.
Oh,
I'm
so
not
somebody
gonna
give
get
it. Can I take a guess?
Yeah.
It's Anna Marie, isn't it?
Very close.
Damn.
Not though.
Well, someone Tyler Childers.
Now I remember.
Tyler.
Said
I remember.
first
yeah,
name is
a little
Marie.
bit.
So they
But
gave
Oh,
it
did
to
we already
Marie.
gave up.
Marie.
We already gave up. We can't
Yeah,
answer.
they gave up.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was. Maybe I'm thinking Anna Paquin and I mixed it up. So it's Marie is her name. Okay, damn it.
Yeah, Marie.
What
All
is the full name?
Marie Dancanto.
Yeah. I would
Well, I didn't know her last
I
didn't
would
know
never
that.
have gotten that last name, even if I
Yeah, I didn't know
remembered
that.
the first.
Well, it's
name.
Marie Diane Canto. You see, Southern, didn't she? No.
Unfortunately, a lot of these questions I think are just from the movie. So
That's okay.
if we're thinking about the movie
Don't
here,
worry about it. Give Eugene and
it's a lot
I-
of like who's attributed to this quote, which I don't think is very fun.
That's fair. Yeah. No.
All right. Similarly, Harlan and Eugene, what is Nightcrawler's name?
I love Nightcrawler. It's like a Russian name.
German.
This one I can. This one we can steal.
I think I can.
No,
too.
Yeah,
it's
this
like
is his name is
Hans or something.
no, it's
Hans
Magnus.
Gruber, I think.
It's Wagner. No. Kurt.
Oh, Tyler
Kurt
Childers.
Magnus. Kurt
Tyler,
Magnus.
you gotta
Tyler,
stop that.
stop commenting.
Did
You're
he?
giving
Everyone's commenting.
They just
the
gave it
answers.
away.
Oh, there it
actually,
is.
Harlan,
doesn't matter. He
you
gave-
asked them.
I-
to.
I knew
did.
that. I
Yeah.
knew that.
Yeah, I was like, I knew it
We
was
can,
Kurt. I'm like Wagner, Magnus, something German.
You guys
You
are
know
gonna have
what?
to
They're
get
having more
faster.
fun
Thor
anyway. That's fine.
steal. Wait, they need another question now.
Tyler gets the point now.
Yeah, give us another
Tyler?
question and we'll answer it quick.
All right, ready?
Yeah. we'll do it
Again,
quickly.
this is going to be what's the guy's name?
Okay.
Okay.
What is Iceman's name?
Oh, damn it! I just blanked on
Aaron
that.
Ashmore.
Wrong.
That's the
Jeff and
actor.
Gary?
His first name is Bobby.
Bobby.
I don't know his last name.
Oh no, Bobby.
Bobby.
I didn't say final
Bobby's-
answer.
I was gonna
just
say
kidding.
Summers. That's not right.
sorry.
You
That's
keep doing it.
that's Cyclops, right? Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Summers.
Boucher.
I'm
Bobby
gonna-
Summers. He had
It's
it.
not,
Nope.
but no.
No?
It's Bobby Drake.
Drake.
Bobby Drake.
Okay. Yeah, I know we fudged that one.
Bobby
Okay.
Boucher is the water boy.
I think
That's
Tyler
right.
is
Bobby
confused.
Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
What a boy.
Man, I feel like I'm falling down on the job here. I should have known those
No,
names.
this is great. You
Oh,
guys
well.
are doing amazing. All right. Finally, I think
That's two names. That's good.
very good. Okay.
He's the coolest hero, man. You got to give him credit.
For our final category, we are going to be focusing on the villains. This is villains trivia from a mixture of comics.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, ready? God, this is a long fucking question. We're going to start with Harlan and Eugene.
No, it's Jeff's and Gary's turn.
We're going to start with Jeff and Gary.
Yeah, because we did the Bobby Boucher
Bobby
question.
Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
Remember that?
As
I
a
like
master.
freezing the water.
All right.
The Latkin water.
As a master.
That's what he sounds.
Gotta watch that movie. As a master of time, Kang has had many incarnations. Which of these aliases has he not used?
Ooh.
A. Immortus. B. Ramatut. C. The Scarlet Centurion. Or D. Chrono King. So again, that's Immortus, Ramatut,
So
the
when
Scarlet Centurion, or Chrono King.
So I'm no good here because I'm thinking of the brain from Teenage
Krang.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
who
who
Kang
Kang
is.
is. So
Right.
okay. One more time the list. It's multiple choice, so at least we have a
It is.
25% shot.
You do Immortus, Ramatut, the Scarlet Centurion, or Chrono King.
I'll go with C. What do you think, Gary?
Scarlet Centurion.
Yeah.
I agree because I don't know what Ramatut means, but the rest all have time in them. So and Scarlet Centurion, well, it kind of does. But if it's a Rome, I'm good to go with that. Yeah, let's do that.
C.
So
See.
thankfully, this website that I'm reading from gives me some context. So you're wrong, because when he first went to the 41st century, he became the Scarlet Centurion. So we could do a steal here. Immortus, Ramatut, or Chrono King. Which of these was not an alias used by Kang?
So I'm not sure. King the Conqueror is trying to conquer the whole timeline. He is supposedly going to be showing up in a future Marvel Cinematic Universe film. So
Ooh.
prepare yourself. He's a great Fantastic Four villain, and said to be perhaps descended from Mr. Fantastic. And anyway, I'm going to go with Ramatut, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
I
So
fully
I think
bow
Ram-
down to your. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I don't even know what this is.
I thought
When
Ramatut.
Kang traveled back in time to Egypt, he
Damn.
assumed the guise of Ramatut, a pharaoh. Unfortunately, he was never known as Chrono King. Good
Yeah.
job,
That one's a little
everyone.
too on the nose for the time traveling.
Yes.
villain, I
Seemed like
guess. Fair.
Harlan and Eugene, I will give you another multiple choice question,
Cool.
which Jeff and Gary may also steal. When not
do
in his costumed identity, by which name is Electro known? Is it
Oh.
Maxwell Dillon, Daniel Corton, Alistair Smythe, or Gabriel Gray?
I feel like Maxwell Smythe for some reason.
It would be Alistair Smythe or
Alistair
Maxwell
Smythe
Dillon.
then.
You want to go with Electro? Yeah, okay, sure. We can do that.
Alistair Smythe.
Let's go Alistair Smythe.
Was that C?
It is not C.
No, was that C? But fair enough.
That
Final
is
answer
C.
C.
Yes.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
still have Maxwell Dillon, Daniel Corton, or Gabriel Gray
Yeah,
for
I should know
Electro.
that, but I don't know.
I'm gonna go with A. What do you think, Gary?
Maxwell who?
Maxwell Dillon, Daniel Corton, or Gabriel Gray.
Let's go with A because I don't know.
Maxwell Dillon,
Yes.
Yes.
you are correct.
I was thinking Maxwell, and then I fucked up the last name.
That's all right.
Oh, Asan knew it too. Good job, Asan.
I have my podium here blocking the chat, so I'm
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have the chat open. I should clearly
Oh,
be
you gotta
opening
Or
this.
Yes,
not
for
feeding.
us.
Jeff and Gary are winning. This is the final question, right?
We can do as many questions as you like.
No, I think this is the final question.
All right.
We're almost done.
Excellent.
We're almost funded.
either we tie or we win.
If we tie or we win. Unless maybe this is a bonus round where like
Uh-oh.
points are worth double
Mm.
or triple or something. Or maybe it's a wager.
A lightning
Or a hard
round.
question?
What did you guys like the best? Marvel trivia, DC Comics, X-Men, or villains?
Probably Marvel.
I feel like we were strongest across the board on Marvel.
I think everyone was strongest with Marvel. So we could do a hard Marvel trivia question.
Sure.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Let me pick a good one. Should we do okay?
This is for $50,000, by the way. Just
Yeah.
FYI.
$50,000
$50,000
Thousands of
per
dollars.
player.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want to do a true or false.
Oh, there's a buy-in. Did I tell you that?
Your character will gain $50,000 in their game.
In currency. That'd be funny, actually.
All right. Here is the final question. Who made Thor's axe? And what is the axe called?
Oh, we know this.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's your question, though, isn't it?
No.
That's ours. That's ours.
It's their question.
Oh, it's ours?
Yeah, it's yours.
Tyrion
Oh,
Lannister.
it's called-
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
called
Oh.
Stormbreaker,
You know?
and I think his name is something like Eitri or something like that.
Mm.
Oh, that's what getting killed means.
He's good in it. That was Ragnarok, wasn't it?
Yep.
No.
Right.
That was
No.
Avengers. The one
Endgame.
before it.
Infinity
No,
no,
War?
no.
Infinity War.
Infinity
Was
War.
it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's something like Eitri,
Yep.
and it's called Stormbreaker.
Absolutely.
Good
That's absolutely
job,
what it is.
Gary.
Okay.
Great
Yes, win.
job, guys.
Okay, so that's worth
Well
2
done.
points.
Yeah, I think they won.
Wait,
They-
but I
We
mean,
get one more
they
question.
don't even get a chance. They didn't.
We got to get a chance.
Well, we're down by 2, so we can tie it if we get a score. here.
3-point question.
Okay, great.
Unless we
Bring
go
it.
for a double whammy. I don't know. I got nothing.
Well, for all the
Double or
marbles.
nothing.
We
All of this up until now means nothing.
meant nothing. This is the ending.
This is the
Let me
golden
just
snitch
see
question.
here. The golden snitch question. It's a lot of pressure for me, frankly.
You're doing great.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
All right, here we go. What planet is Ronan from?
Oh, I love Lee Pace.
Yeah, so
He's so good.
he's Kree.
I love Pushing Daisies. I love The Fall. Oh my god.
Is-
it's so funny
is-
because all of these characters, I'm like actor. like, I'm
Right,
like,
yeah.
I'm a
So
movie
he's Kree. So I
Yeah.
guess he would be, but he's been exiled. So I don't know if he's still from their homeland planet of
That's the Kree
Hala.
planet.
I think it's Hala, but I don't know if he's from Hala.
Hello.
Kree
So-
is the planet that they visit in Guardians of the Galaxy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, no, that's the people, the blue
Yeah.
skin with the
Yeah.
so that and also so Ronan the Accuser is played by Lee Pace. He's Kree, and he's Kree, but like I said, their home planet's Hala, but I don't know if he's from there. So I
That's
guess
right.
Hala.
I like it. Holla. Final answer.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yay! I think
I
you
thought
guys
Ronan-
tie. That it's a 5.
I thought Ronan was.
No, it's
I
5
thought
to 4.
Ronan was Hawkeye's next
That's-
identity.
That's
That's-
IN.
Yeah. That's the Japanese word, though. Ronin.
Oh,
RONIN.
According to this website,
Or the Robert De
They're
Niro
correct.
Jean Reno film of the same name, Ronan. Cool. I mean, there's got to be a way we have to figure out. There's got to be some bonus round where we can at least have a chance, right?
certainly.
An end all be all where there's one last.
I thought
one
so. We
question.
just did.
Yeah, like a
I
free
think-
for all, and the
Well, now
whoever
we're still
chimes in
below.
goes like, "Ah," or
Yeah,
puts
maybe
in
one.
noise,
Yeah,
and then-
maybe one hard question. First person to win. So then they can either trounce us or we can tie.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's fair.
Or do
maybe
we
it's worth 2
all get a
points.
chance to answer in order, and then Joe reveals who was correct? Or
Ooh, yeah, everyone can
mm.
I
decide.
like that. We all say an answer, and then we find out if any are right.
And it'll be worth 2 points. And that way, if Jeff and Gary get it, they totally wallop us. And if we get it, we got by the skin of our teeth.
Great.
Love
this
it.
is a hard question about all
Cool.
superheroes ever.
Yes, Kevin Costner.
Ready?
okay,
Yeah. Hold on. We need to figure out an order so it's fair. Because I think if someone gets it and they're right off the top, then they're going to win it, which is great. So I'm thinking, how do you do fair? Like, yeah,
I was
well,
thinking
let's.
we would all just lock in an answer.
Oh, and
Four of
reveal
us.
it all at the same time. You're so smart.
Should we write it down? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll all write it down.
Oh,
Great answer.
Great.
Yeah, let's do
This is
that.
fucking
Getting legit.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, okay. I'm doing it. Here we
Hopefully,
go.
to soon be
So-
hosted by LeVar Burton.
Oh, yes.
That'd be
I'm
awesome.
gunning for me, actually.
Oh,
Put
for
my
you?
hat in the ring.
You're doing a good job.
All right. Well, yeah, or you, either one.
Thank you. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm gonna turn.
I'd
off the
probably have to
chat so I
move,
can't
though.
see.
No,
No
you
problem.
You can do it remotely.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
94% funded, by the
That's
way.
amazing.
Wow. You
We're
can
almost
zoom
there.
in. It'll be fine. Zoom
Yeah.
into Jeopardy.
All right, everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready.
Excellent. This one's for all the beans and $1,000 of fake money.
Cool.
Who was the very first female superhero?
Ooh, good question.
Thank you. And I will accept. Well, there's it's a slash answer, so I'll accept either parts of that slash.
I've written my answer. I'm sure it's wrong.
All right, I need to write something.
I think we'll all reveal it at the same time.
And we'll
right?
take about 10 seconds. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes.
much to everyone who has been contributing to this Kickstarter. It's been a real blast
getting
to
there.
be here with you all this afternoon, and I'm really proud of this project. So I'm really excited to see everyone on stream on Monday night. Again, I'm going to be playing in the campaign with Gary, hosted by Harlan. Should be a real blast. And if you're curious about how this thing plays, you want to see us kick the tires a little bit, come and join us next Monday.
Link is in the description for the Kickstarter. Please back it today.
Absolutely.
There's some amazing stretch goals, as we said. Sound Booth Theater. If you like Jeff and Gary, they're going to be head and tails on
Original art of your own character.
Original
Check
art
it
of
all
your
out.
own character.
Really incredible
Fantastic
stuff there.
So close.
All right, everyone. Who
Okay.
was the first
Hold on, let's do this. Ready?
female
Three,
superhero?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, there we go.
Batgirl, Wonder Woman, and the Indie Wonder Twin.
The
What
Lady
happens
Wonder
if
No, the Lady Wonder Twin.
what happens if everyone got it wrong?
Do
Do we do another question?
No, that's
No,
I mean, that's
we
Jeff and
lose.
Gary win.
That's it then.
And they
They win by
yeah.
one.
I win.
What is the
Yay.
answer?
The answer is the Woman in Red,
What?
also known as Phantoma.
All right.
Oh.
Right?
Details.
never heard of her.
I have
I need to go look
none.
this one up.
I can't help you.
Yeah, everyone go look up the Lady in Red because
It's
that's really fascinating.
F-A-N-T, not
Hey,
P.
I remember that song, Lady in Red. Sure.
Lady in
Woman in Red, Phantoma. Go check her
Is she
out.
from The Matrix? The Woman in Red?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
right.
That's right. First
That's a
debuted in
Dated reference.
2001.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, that was Jeff and Gary for the win. Big round of applause for you guys.
Good
Great
job.
jobs. Well deserved, well earned. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kickstarter is now live. Go check it out. Go support. We are almost there, but there are so many more stretch goals to have and to hold. So many new exciting things to have. So please go check it out right now. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Thank you, lovely people, for hanging out with us for this hour while we celebrate the launch. And as always, we will see you around the table. Take it easy, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.